We live in a society where everyone wants to have a quick win and they want to achieve success right now, right here. But it's not going to happen. This is not the case in the life. There is nothing like overnight success. It's not existing. Welcome guys on my channel. There is another video today for you, and I'm excited for this video because it took me a while to put it together. It was based on conversations which I have with people, on books which I've read, on videos which I watched over the last few years in my life. And I was always thinking why some people are successful, why are not? Which habits determine the situation where you will be in your life? What you need to do on daily basis, or how you need to think and behave to make sure you will open the success door and you will get to the point where you want to be. If someone will ask me today if I'm in the point where I want to be, no, I am towards it. I work on this every day, and I have worked on online visibility for over last 4 years now. But last 2 years were really crucial for me in terms of my development. And I think probably next 2-3 years will be the main one for this, what I'm doing here for you and for my career. So what it is that some people win in their life and another don't. And the first factor what I've seen connected for many of those successful people is fear. They leave fear behind them. And I don't mean the fear type which you have when you are in danger, like physical danger, that something can happen to you. I don't know, someone can shoot you or something like that. But I mean the fear of achieving something, a fear of being visible. And I get it really often from when I talk to people and they are like, I would like to do this, but I'm afraid of judgment. There is a fear of judgment, how other people will look at us. And I totally understand you and I totally feel you, because I was in this place myself. And when I started to be online, I didn't thought much about how scary it is when other people will see it. Till the moment when I got first haters in my life, and I did all long video about haters, and it did impact me and it was painful. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fucking machine. I am the real person who have feelings as well. So fear is something natural, but if you are gonna win with your fear, if you are do against this fear which you have in yourself, that's when you are getting closer to your dream job, to your dream life. And that's the habit which is definitely worth trying to win over. And how you can do it is just to put yourself out there. If you feel like you're scared of something, do it. And that's my approach over the last 2 years. If I'm afraid of something, I'm just gonna do it. And it was in terms of everything. I remember when I did first time training for the corporate, and I was hell afraid, because I was afraid these people will know more than I do. But in the end, it worked all good and it was all okay. And the fear which I had in my head, it was just created out of fear of being scared of something new. But new things, they don't need to be always scary. They can bring something good in your life. So that's number one. Number two is information. I like to call it the development habit. You should never stop developing. It's not like if you are like mastering some field and you want to make it work for you as a business, for example, you won't say like, oh, that's it, I know everything, I will just build a business based on it. The people who are really successful, you will see they read thousands of books a day. They watch a lot of development videos. And I don't say just about personal development. That could be relating to your area. You can read more books about your area. You can be up to date with the news or something like that. It depends in which field you are. But it as well, this type of situation, they are this type of people who are not waiting for you to give them an answer. They will try to find an answer themselves. I call it a bit of impatient habit, that they will just search for something what they want to know. But in the end of the day, they don't need to rely on other people, because they just look for what's going to work for them. They don't waste their time of waiting for someone. They will just take this information and try to find the answers which they need. So that's another one. Never stop looking for the answer yourself, and don't rely strongly on other people, because what will be done by yourself, that's done. And I mean it in terms of information and in terms of development, not in terms of managing people, just to highlight it. Number 3 is trust yourself. And I think it's the hardest one, because I even fail on this field myself really often. And trusting yourself is the feeling which you have that you are doing the right thing for you. And we tend to satisfy from littles our parents, our families. Later we tend to satisfy bosses at work, but we don't think what is in this all right for us. And that's when you need to trust yourself, especially when you want to be really successful in your field. You won't know if something will work 100% on the beginning. You can just trust yourself that what you do is right for you and you enjoy the journey. And you can just trust yourself that things will work out for you in a good way. And that's really hard. And I trust myself in the way that I'm always back to my core values. That's how I treat my trust, let's say, because we have many distractions in our life, and sometimes you need to declutter your mind, which was my previous videos. I will link it here, so check it out. And it is hard to fully be like, okay, I trust fully myself. It is hard to say it even out. It is still in my mind, like, do you really trust yourself? But when you're back to your core values, that's when you start to build your future. And that's when you are sure, because it's your core values, that the decisions which you're making are right for you and that you can trust your decisions. So it's really, really important. And I think it should be number 1, to be honest, when I shared today with you, to trust yourself first. And the next one is time. Time is money. We know this statement. Everyone knows the statement. People who are really strongly successful, they don't waste their time. And I don't mean like if you watch one episode of Friends on Netflix, you are wasting your time. No, you are relaxing. But they know where the focus needs to go, and they know what actions they need to do to get to their point, to get to the end result which they want. And they are focused on it. They don't waste time on these little activities which are really not important. What we tend to do really often when we want to build something big is that we are so focused on everything and we are not focused on the main things. And in terms of wasting time, there is one more thing, how we waste time. We tend to waste time worrying about everything. Something happening or not happening, you still worry and you put your time towards it. And my question is, if the fact that you are worrying, if that's gonna give you anything at all, or in the past, if you experienced it, what it did give you? Nothing, totally nothing. You don't get anything from worrying, and that's how we tend to waste time a lot. And that's as well connecting to being perfect, because we worrying that something is not good enough. If I'm fully honest with you, all things what I'm doing and I'm checking them after a year time, I think they are not good enough. But at the moment when I do them, I trust me, and I can give my hand to someone to cut because I'm sure it's gonna work. But when I look the year later, I don't like, for example, the layout anymore, or I feel like, it's not that great anymore. I could update it now because I developed, and the products and everything what we do is developing with us. But if you're gonna worry that at the moment that it won't be good enough, or if you're gonna worry that people won't enjoy it, you will never finish everything and you will just waste your time. And the next one is about competition. And the one real competition which should exist in your life is just to compete with yourself. Compete with yourself from the day before. And that's the main competition. We tend to compare ourselves to other people. We tend to compete with other people. And I always say a small dose of this feeling is okay, but for some people it's going to extreme. For some people it's going to big extreme that they in terms of them creating their own future, they base their future on someone else, so they copy other people and they lose themselves in this, and in the time they will find, oh, that's actually not what I want. So competition is good, but only with yourself. Try to compete with yourself from the day before. And the next one is about excuses. I honestly hate when people use excuses in their life. It's something what makes me crazy. I think if we will base our life on excuses, we will never be successful. And if you want to have live your dream life and have your dream job, if you will still put excuses why something didn't happen in your life or why you are not doing something, it won't happen. I know people who are having beautiful qualities. They have beautiful knowledge. They have amazing experience, and they still don't go for the business. They still don't achieve the results just because they find 5 explanations why they should not do something, or they use their excuses to do something less important than this what is really, really important. So excuses are, I always say excuses are for weak people. I know it's strong saying, but if you have power to use excuses in your life, that means that you are weak at the moment, that you cannot really make decision to go for the life you want. And that's the explanation for me. Don't know what you think about that, but think about it. The last one should be number 2 after trusting yourself, is about results. Results won't come in a day. They won't come even in a week or in a month. The result is long-term process which you need to adapt to, you need to work on. As long as you are in action, as long you are getting closer to your results. That's the last one which I would like to share with you. I hope those habits will be in your life at some point. If they are not now, you will try to implement them. I want this channel to be not only inspiration, but something useful for your mind. And these 7 habits which I've mentioned to you, for me, they are like mind changing, that they are like game changers for me. And I didn't implement all of them in my life yet, but that's definitely what I would like to do, and that's definitely what I'm planning to do. But if you want to be on the same journey with me, and if you want to see, maybe I will update this video after time and say exactly how I implement some of them, I'm happy to share it with you. And if you want to know, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to like this video if you liked it. And as well, don't be afraid to implement them, because the life will change, but it will change for good. And as long as it's changing for good, here we go. And if you want to see more videos from me, you can just stay for 5 more seconds, as there will be recommended video for you going on. So check it out. Bye bye.